Okay, so here's the next question, Maya.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
2023, do you think most women value a man's financial status and what they foresee him being able to do for them in the future more than being a God-fearing man, his character, ethics, morals, personality, and values? What do you honestly think is indicative of most women in our age range? Most women in they early to mid 20s. I'll say 30 and under.
I'll entertain the answer you want me to give, Noble. I think
No, no,
most
no. Give,
women
give your
are
give your
into
honest
it.
answer.
I think most women are into it for the finances.
That's not what you think.
Let's entertain it.
No, no, no. Okay, give me your honest answer, and then we can entertain the finance thing if you want to. What's your
All
honest
right, all
answer?
right. My honest opinion on most women, hmm, I don't like making sweeping generalizations. I could speak to the women in my life who are all college educated, working full time, making decent money for entry level, for, fresh out of college. I'm in my early to mid 20s. I don't really want to give too much about my personality, but um, decent credit, good things going for them. I would say if they are dating, most women I know are not dating right now because they're focused on their hustle. But if they are dating, I would say they are focused on a man. I don't know if this really answers the question, that treats them right in whatever capacity that looks like. I think that's the best way I could generalize it. So for some of them, it looks like money, but I wouldn't say all of them. I would say everybody's looking for a man that is kind, considerate, thoughtful. For some people, that's like, if it's gift giving, yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily say that most women know.
Okay, would you say like when it comes to like socioeconomics that if I said that I personally believe, let me not even say if I said, let me be direct. Excuse me. I personally believe that most women, when it comes to like most women want to be with a man that is at the very least on the same socioeconomic status level as them, but they prefer a man that is on a higher socioeconomic status level than them. That's what I personally believe. Do you agree or disagree?
Again, I can entertain it. I don't have a strong opinion on it because I think it just varies so much person to person. But sure, we can entertain the idea of some people wanting, some women particularly wanting men. What I will say is I think there is some justification for that, because if you look again at numbers and statistics, men are on average earning higher than women fresh out of college, same credential, same career. So I do think that there's some validity to that, but I don't want to touch it because I think there's just way too much variance in people's preferences or
Okay.
whatever.
So okay, let me ask you this then. If a woman that actually went to college, right?
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
graduated high school, she went to college, and she went to college for like she went to college for a valuable major, right? She actually went to school for something to where when she's done with school, she can go into the workforce and actually make money.
Mhm.
So that woman that actually like put in that work, she worked on herself and she's still working on herself. She's being a
Mhm.
young adult, responsible, handling her business.
Yeah.
Do you think that woman that has done all of that is really going to be interested in a man that's the same age as her or older, and he has not done any of those things since he graduated high school? So
No.
he hasn't picked up a trade. He didn't go to college and try to like, pursue any higher education. He's just been from job to job. He in a warehouse,
Mhm.
this part of the year. He's a bartender this part of the year. He work at Dunkin' Donuts. He's a with this
Mhm.
part of the year. He's a waitress this part of the year. Do you think most women would really want to entertain a serious situation with a man like that?
No, and I am actually very happy that we're having this conversation, because prior to my current relationship, my last relationship with somebody for a year and a half was exactly that. So we met. I was still in school. He was 3 years older than me at the time. He said that he was still in school as well. Uh, over the series of our relationship, school didn't end up being his thing. I helped him set up a resume, helped him get a job. So for all y'all saying, oh, I'm one of those women. I used to be trying to hold it down. I really did. Community service. Anyway, helped him get a resume, helped him get a job. And then I graduated college, got a pretty good opportunity to move across the country. And there was a lot of talks about whether or not he would come with me. And I had told him, like, look, you're not done with school yet. You're still figuring out what your stuff is. People talking about, also talking about, like, sorry, I'm trying not to look at these comments, but y'all, shut
Don't worry
up.
about the comments.
It's literally relevant to the conversation. Like, come on, bro. Don't do that. Anyways, make a very long story short, I moved out here. He followed me. I was paying all the rent, all the bills. I fronted all the moving expenses. And it was, oh, as soon as I get right up here, I'm going to get you back. He ended up cheating on me as soon as we got out here. And I put him out my crib. I moved on happy ever after. I don't know what he's doing, what he's up to. It's not my business, not my concern. I will never do that shit again. I did everything right. I did everything I could. I was working on myself. I checked all the boxes. I was investing in his family. And he still what he wanted to do what he wanted to do at the end of the day. And when his dumbass got caught, it was, oh well, I felt intimidated by everything that you had, and you make me feel like I can't contribute as a man and I can't keep up with where you want to go. And so that's why I had to seek attention elsewhere.
I just want to be clear. So you were that quote unquote ride or die woman.
Oh, I was.
You were that woman that, a man that was not on your level at all, and
Mm-hmm.
really you really had no business dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to see the good in him, you tried to hold
Mm-hmm.
him down, you helped him out, you did all these things,
Mm-hmm.
and he still ended up cheating on you at the end of the day.
At the end of the day. Now, not the wow. This is why I think it is so important to inform women of what their legal rights are. I was intelligent enough to not put a bill in his name. His name is not on my lease. So when I said go, he had no legal rights to be here. He had to get his ass on, and he went, and I'm still here, and my life was not impacted in any way. And yeah, and now, I was still able to save my money. Nothing impacted me negatively. And all that to say, there is no reason that I, in this stage of my life where I've put in the work to myself and my career, my education, should have to be. I don't want to have to take care of somebody else, because in my experience, that person took me for granted, and then told me in the end that I made them insecure the whole time, and they felt like they could never keep up, and not, whatever. Why would I want to be somebody like that?
Right. And that's why those are the type of men that you should not be with. And before we go to the next question, because I've asked a woman this before. So when we want to talk about how, the most educated group of people in our country right now are black women, and they're doing all these great things. If y'all are so educated, why is it that, like, all of y'all and people like Maya, why is it that y'all have men that, like, don't have anything going on for themselves, men that got third grade reading levels running laps around y'all? You heard, she literally just said what I said y'all be doing. I'm
Yep,
still
it's
I'm still
crazy.
waiting for a woman to tell me, Noble, come move in my apartment with me. Let me take care of you. Here's my keys. Go run the miles up on my car. Go drive around the city. Go do whatever you want to do, and I'ma just take care of you. So y'all don't do that for the men that got, like, careers. Y'all don't do that for the men that, like, actually did what they needed to do after high school, actually handling their business. But the men that are the complete opposite of those men, y'all are willing to go above and beyond for those men. Why is that? Is it really a matter of y'all being book smart and not street smart, or are y'all just attracted to a certain type of man?
I think in my experience, and this is why we can't. So this person, first of all, I'll be honest, that was my first, real relationship, whatever. This person did everything right. They took me on the dates. He was paying. He lied about where he was going to school, told me he went to a far better school than he really did. Failed to mention he had dropped out and failed a bunch of classes, was taking community college, trying to catch up. Like, this person really threw me for a loop, lied about a bunch of shit, because he knew he wasn't going to be able to get my attention any other way. And then once I was in deep and he had sold me dreams, it was, oh, here's the slow rollout of the truth. And then, by that time, you're invested emotionally. At that point, this person had met my family. I wasn't used to bringing people around my family. And I was like, what's it going to look like if I'm bringing different dudes home every other day? Like, whatever, I already committed, like, whatever. Trying to hope this shit would just get better, blah, blah. Which is what happens to a lot of women. Like, men lie. Like, people lie, but, like, men lie. Men are liars. Yeah. Like, and people talk about, yeah, it's just manipulation. Like, I don't know. Looking back, 2020 hindsight, there was, I should have been more, less naive. I should have asked better questions. I'm older now. Wouldn't put myself in the same position twice. I learned from it, but that's, I think, why women do that. I don't know.
So yes, Maya, men do lie, but women lie as well. And someone
Hmm.
like myself that's very big on accountability, like that's like the same. Every woman that, like, has done that before, they all say the same thing. I was young, I was naive, And it's like respectfully, like I'm not buying it. Like I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm just big on accountability. So like at the end of the day, Maya, if I was to be in a situation with a woman and I don't know, I was to get screwed over, if you ask me like what attributed to me getting screwed over, me personally, I'm not talking for any other man in here. I'm talking about me personally. I'm just going to tell you about how I put myself in that situation and what I did wrong. I'm not even going to bring up the woman. At the end of the day, both men and women, you need to cover your ass, you need to do your homework, and you need to make sure that the person that you're dealing with is really valid. Because everything else, and I'm not talking about you specifically, but I'm just talking about women that say those type of things in general. When you just hear the same story every single time, it just sounds like a bunch of excuses to me. Because at the very end, you said I was young, I was dumb, I was naive. But like, why even bring up what the he did? I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Simple as that. I learned from it, and I'm not gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm.